गिरिराजसुता तनया सदया गिरिराजसुता तनया सदया गिरिराजसुता तनया सदया गिरिराजसुता तनया सुरनाद मोख चिदबाद योग सुरनाद मोख चिदबाद योग सुरनाद मोख चिदबाद योग परिपलय मां इमद्रजनुता परिपलय मां इमद्रजनुता पस सनि पमरे पमगमरे सरि सनि पस रे गम पस नि सनि गमरे सरि नि सनि पमगमरे गमरि सनि सगिरिराजसु ततनया गणनाद पारपद शंकर गणनाद पारपद शंकर आगमवरिणे धीरजनीकर गणनाद पारपद शंकर आगमवरिणे धीरजनीकर पाणिराज कंकणवीरण श्याम भव श्री रागराजनुत पाणिराज कंकणवीरण श्याम भव श्री रागराजनुत गिरिराजसुत तनया सदया गिरिराजसुत तनया Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sehna. Thank you so much. You have a great voice. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
బాగా పాడావు తల్లి. Okay.
Excellent. Very good.
Okay. So now we will invite Samyukta to render the Subhashitam.
Thank you. केयूराणि न भूषयन्ति पुरुषं हारा न चन्द्रोज्ज्वलां न स्नानं न विलेपनं न कुसुमं नालङ्कृता मूर्धजा वाण्येका समलङ्करोति पुरुषं या संस्कृता धार्यते क्षीयन्ते खलु भूषणानि सततं वाग्भूषणं भूषणम्. The meaning of this Subhashita is, it is not the bracelets, that is Keyura, a person is adorned with, not the necklaces as shiny as the moon, not a nice bath, not the smearing or anointing he receives, not the flowers he is decorated here, which are indeed destroyed over a period of time. However, person's well-cultured speech is greatly upheld by everybody, which is real decoration for that person. Thank you.
Thank you, Samyukta ji, for joining us today. So now, I'll introduce our first speaker, Shrimati Anasuya Uniji. Okay. Shrimati Anasuya Uniji is a homemaker. She hails from Visakhapatnam, Andhra Pradesh. She has done post-graduation in environmental chemistry and a diploma in Carnatic vocal from Andhra University. She has participated various Tyagaraja Aradhana programs and Annamaya Padayagnam programs organized by Mumbai Culture Center and few of others. She also teaches music and trained many of the students all over India. She is also part of Heartfulness Medication Practitioner and participates in several social services. Um Ansuyaji is the area coordinator for the School Connect programs of Pride of Bharat. Ansuyaji's husband works with Bidlight. He is an aspiring nature photographer. So over to you, Ansuyaji. Thank you for joining us today.
Namaskaram to all. Murali Krishnaji, thank you for the introduction. Namaskaram to all the elders, Mallikaji, Ravikumarji, and all the elders in the meeting. Thank you for inviting me to share my learnings of life of Tyagaraja and his teachings. I'm not a great expert to share about his life, but I am making a humble attempt to share my learnings from my readings. ఎందరో మహానుభావులు అందరికీ వందనములు. These are the words you will hear in any Telugu gathering or in any Telugu speech given by any speaker as a salutation, signature salutation. Yes, these are the words of our great saint Tyagaraja. Kakarla Tyagaraja is a combination, rare combination of poet, saint, and composer. He dedicated his life to Carnatic music by composing unparalleled compositions to his Ishtadaivatam, Lord Rama. We call Ishtadaivatam with lot of bhakti and devotion. In India, we have primarily two types of classical music. Hindustani, which is sung in northern part of India, and Carnatic classical is sung in southern part of India. So Saint Tyagaraja belongs to the Carnatic classical music genre. He, along with Muthuswami Dikshitar and Shyama Sastri, constitute the trinity of Carnatic music. We call them Trimurtulu. Trimurti. Now I'll just go into a few details and I'll share my presentation. Here, Tyagaraja means king of renunciation. As per the history, though Tyagaraja is from a Telugu Brahmin family, they have settled in Tamil Nadu. So as per the history, many Hindu families migrated to south when there was a fall in Vijayanagar Empire around 16th century to be under the peaceful rule of Nayakas and Maratha kings in Tamil Nadu. So Kakarla family is one such family who settled in Tiruvayuru in Tamil Nadu. Tyagaraja was born on 4th May 1867 to Kakarla Ramabrahmam and Sitamma. He had two elder brothers, Panchapakesa, Panchavananda. And it is also said Tyagaraja was named after the presiding deity of Tiruvayuru, Tyagarajar. So Lord Rama was his companion throughout his life.
We missed something actually in between, but your network was not connected actually.
Okay.
Can you repeat that sentence?
From where, you have any idea?
So just 1 minute back.
Anusuya ji, you can switch off your video. You'll get better network. You can switch off the video, but keep unmuted. So you don't mute yourself. Only
Okay.
video you switch off, you'll have better network.
Okay.
And then you can share also presentation nicely. After you told about his two elder brothers, continue from there. Continue from
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Tyagaraja has two elder brothers, Panchapakesa and Panchapananda. And both his maternal side and paternal side are well versed. Tyagaraja's paternal and maternal grandfathers are all very well versed in music and spiritual wisdom. So Tyagaraja also, with the influence of Ramayana, he had become an ardent devotee of Lord Rama. He was very well versed in Sanskrit, Vedas, and Upanishads, which was very well reflected in many of his compositions. So Tyagaraja's musical career, he started learning from Sunti Venkat Ramanaya. So initially Tyagaraja was composing many kritis, but he was mainly focusing on spiritual lines about the bhakti and all, but not much of technicalities of classical music. And he first composed Namo Namo Raghavaya at the age of 13. So he led the most Spartan way of life. He never bothered to codify his musical output. So most of his work was lost to many calamities, but somehow his disciples could capture some of his compositions on palm leaves. So around 22,400 kritis were composed, but out of which 700 kritis are known so far. So I think the research is still going on to gather more of his compositions. Musical experts noticed there is a lot of scope and for imaginative music in Tyagaraja's compositions. So music researchers gathered all his compositions, kritis, and compiled them into Adi Sangita Ratnavali, Tyagaraja Hrudayam, and Kritimani Malai. There is also a legend, has it, that a hermit taught him a mantra invoking Narada, and Tyagaraja, meditating on this mantra, receiving a vision of Narada and being blessed with the book Swararnavam. So after receiving this Swararnavam, as per the studies or as per my learnings from different websites and different books, after receiving that Swararnavam, he composes kritis with lot of bhakti and with lot of imaginative music adding it to it. Tyagaraja had a very simple lifestyle. He never had any inclination towards material desires or any material benefits. So there is a small incident in his life, and he even showed disinterest in earning his livelihood. So he was very happy that he had a house for shelter. For food, he would go round the village singing and asking for alms. This is called Uncha Vritti. And he never gathered more than he wanted. So he's always satisfied with what he wanted. And some of his disciples would accompany him during his Uncha Vritti. Once, the king of Tanjavur was very impressed with Tyagaraja's kritis and his virtuoso. He sends an invitation with rich gifts and to attend his royal court. But Tyagaraja was never inclined, never interested to work in a royal court for his material desires. So he straightaway rejects the king's invitation. So on this occasion, he composes a kriti called Nidhi Chala Sukhama. Can wealth bring happiness? Or what constitutes happiness? Nidhi or Sri Rama Sannidhi. Nidhi is money. Sri Rama Sannidhi is divine presence. A concoction of milk, sugar, and rice, or the nectar of bhajans sung to the Lord Rama with devotion. This is what his attitude towards Rama. Concept of bhakti in Tyagaraja's composition. He portrayed his bhakti in different compositions in different ways. So he describes Lord Rama as a friend, master, father, and helper. In one of his compositions, he prays to Lord Rama to grant him knowledge so that he would become better bhakta. And in another composition, he says, music without bhakti does not lead one to right path. So music should be sung and learnt with utmost bhakti. గురు లేక ఎటువంటి గునికి తెలియదు. గురు లేక ఎటువంటి గునికి తెలియకపోదు. గురు లేక ఎటువంటి గునికి తెలియకపోదు. గురు లేక ఎటువంటి గునికి This is another gem of Tyagaraja, where he emphasizes the importance of Guru in one's life. So he says, how virtuous one may be, without the grace of a Guru, cannot take the right path to achieve salvation. Tyagaraja also introduced the concept of Sangati. Sangati is the different ways of singing a particular line of a composition in different ways to bring out the beauty of the raga. I'll just show you a small line. Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava, Marugelara O Raghava. Like this, singing a line in 4 different ways. Tyagaraja composed simple devotional pieces called Divya Nama Sankirtanalu. These are generally used for group singing and taught to children and for the people who just start in their initial years of learning music. They are taught to them. Pancharatnas are his best works. Pancharatnas are the finest gems of Carnatic music. The first one, Jagadananda Karaka. Here he says, Rama is the source for the infinite joy in this universe. In the second one, Dudukugala, he says, he takes blame upon himself of all the misdeeds of men. And he pleads to Rama to save him from such deplorable situation. In Sadhinchane, he lovingly criticizes Lord Krishna for his cleverness. In Kanakana Ruchira, he praises the infinite beauty of Lord Rama. Endro Mahanubhalu, this is a very well-known song and I think most of us will hear somewhere or the other Endro Mahanubhalu song, this Kriti. This was sung when he was enchanted by many elderly scholars and musicians in a Gana Sabha. I think this is when his guru invites him to perform in a Gana Sabha where musicians and scholars across India come and celebrate a festival. Tyagaraja composed Gaya Natankam or musical opera. They are called Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam and Nauka Charitram. Prahlada Bhakti Vijayam, here he salutates Lord Nrsimha, and he himself feels that he is a heir apparent to Prahlada. Tyagaraja in most of his compositions expresses that the thought feelings of Tyagaraja and Prahlada are same. That is, they could not bear their separation from their lords. In the second one, Nauka Charitram is a boat excursion on the river Yamuna with Krishna and Gopikas. Here he says that there exists a supreme and eternal power which follows the destinies of men. Madhura Bhakti, that is the divine love, is portrayed here. And he compares life to an ocean or sagaram, which cannot be moved or rowed without our Lord. Tyagaya, during the later phase, Tyagaya was always had a very simple life. But his elder brother felt that Tyagaya's art and learning could be used for some monetary benefits or to gain some monetary gains. But Tyagaya was never interested. He never intended for all materialistic pleasures. So in desperation, his brother separates the ancestral house and throws away Lord Rama's idols into river Kaveri. Tyagaraja gets shocked and he could not bear his separation from Rama, and he immediately sets on a journey in search of him. So immediately he composes a kirtana called Ninendu Vedakudura. Where do I search for you? Induku Daya Radura. Why Rama is not showing pity on me? So he questions Rama to show pity on him. And he starts traveling to different places to search. One day he comes across a few pilgrims who are in a pilgrimage to different Punya Kshetras, we say. So Tyagaraja accompanies them. So they go to Tirupati. When they go to Tirupati, the temple priest draws the curtain saying that is not the time for darshan. Then Tyagaraja says, Tyagaraja's disciples feel that when Tyagaraja has come for darshan and temple priest closed the curtain, they feel very sad, they feel very bad. Then Tyagaraja sings the kriti called Teratiyagarada. So he prays Lord Venkateshwara to remove the tera in him, the screen of anger, arrogance, jealousy, so that he would attain moksha and reach dharma. From Tirupati, they reach another town called Kuchipudi. In Andhra, Kuchipudi is a small town where the famous Kuchipudi dance also originated. Here, Tyagaraja witnesses a few children performing Kuchipudi dance to Lord Krishna songs in the Ragam Ananda Bhairavi. He's very impressed. He feels very happy. The local Bhagavatars make a small plea to him that not to compose any more compositions in this Ragam, so that their songs will be very well known and this story will be told to everyone. So Tyagaraja immediately accepts, and this could be one of the reasons for not having many compositions in this Ragam. So during his journey, one day, Lord Rama comes into his dream and says that he would find the idols in river Kaveri. So they set back their journey back to Tiruvayuru, and he finds the idols in Kaveri river, and they go to Tiruvayuru to celebrate Ramanavami. So when he finds the Rama's idols, he sings Kanuguntin. Kanuguntini Sri Ramuni Nedu Kanuguntini. So I found Rama today. That's what he says. Tyagaraja's father advises him to do 1,000 crore chants of Rama to seek his darshan. But Tyagaraja after the completion of 96 crore chants of Rama, he was very fortunate to have his Lord Rama's darshan. The beautiful explanation is Lord Rama could not wait to see his ardent devotee. So even before completing 100 crore chants, he comes and knocks at his door and gives his darshan. This happened towards the almost to the later part of life. So as per the historians, after having Rama's darshan, he was not alive for many days, and he took up sannyasa almost towards the end of his life for a few days and takes his samadhi. So Tyagaraja is remembered. So Tyagaraja's remembrance. So Tyagaraja Aradhana is celebrated every year on his Punya Tithi, Pushya Bahula Panchami, which falls usually in January, February. So Carnatic musicians all over the world meet at Tiruvayuru and sing Pancharatnas with accompaniments on veena, violin, and other instruments. So now it is a tradition. So nowadays the tradition is being followed at many other places to celebrate the Aradhana. A sports complex in Delhi is named as Tyagaraja Sports Complex. A crater on planet Mercury is named after Tyagaraja. There is also a stamp released on his 250th birth anniversary. So Chain Tyagaraja is considered to be an avatar of Saint Valmiki. These are a few of the pictures. Tyagaraja temple in Tiruvayuru and renovated Tyagaraja's house, Tiruvayuru. His Padukas, Tyagaraja's Tambura at the Krishnan Koil in Madurai. So it is. I'll just stop sharing.
Anasuya ji.
I'll just stop sharing just the last few. So Tyagaraja is remembered, Tamsen, and Meera is remembered for all her bhajans with bhakti. So Tyagaraja has also created similar impact on Carnatic music. He left such a rich legacy in Carnatic music, and indeed remarkable effort that his legacy has been preserved by musicians for centuries. We also wish that this legacy is passed on to generations ahead, and every Rasika and every musician pays their homage to sing his compositions with full of bhakti, bhava, and devotion. And any Carnatic music is incomplete without his compositions. Thank you.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
Anasuya ji, for joining us.
Whatever I could gather, whatever the knowledge I had, I could gather from different sources. I could share this with you. And there are two movies in Telugu on Tyagaya. One is with the old Chittur Nagaya, and the new one is with Somayajul Garu. There are two movies in Telugu on Tyagaya.
So much, Anasuya ji, for a wonderful presentation and the talk on Saint Sri Tyagaraja. Okay. So I think you did a lot of research, and your depth of understanding of Saint Tyagaraja is remarkable, and we enjoyed. I hope we all are enjoyed it from talking to you.
Thank you so much.
And your voice is a divine voice. Thank you so much for joining us today. Okay, so before I invite the next speaker, so now I will request Ms. Mallika ji, ask something on Shri Saint Tyagaraja. Mallika ji, over to you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Murli Krishna ji. Anasuya ji, when you told me that you have never spoken earlier in any webinar, I don't think that was justice to your own words. You have done a wonderful job. You have done a wonderful job. Your presentation was very good.
Thank you.
And the way you told about his life and teachings and the Bhakti Ras and all the different songs, really, truly remarkable. And now we know how Sehna got such a wonderful voice, because she could sing so beautifully. I think it's there in the blood and the DNA. Your voice is beautiful. Your singing was wonderful. Okay, now I have one or two questions to ask the audience present here. Anusuya ji mentioned about Kuchipudi, that Tyagaraja saw some children dancing Kuchipudi dance. Anyone can answer from the audience. Where is this Kuchipudi village? In which district of Andhra Pradesh? Please show your hand, and then Murli Krishna ji will ask that particular person to answer. Where is Kuchipudi village? In which district? Kuchipudi village is in which district of Andhra Pradesh?
కూచిపూడి విలేజ్ అనేది ఎక్కడ ఉన్నది అన్నా? ఓ కృష్ణా డిస్ట్రిక్ట్. ఎవరండి అది మాట్లాడేది? రామ్ సాయి గారు నమస్కారం. ఓకే,
వెరీ గుడ్, వెరీ గుడ్ ఆన్సర్, వెరీ గుడ్ ఆన్సర్. Okay. Okay. Next question. Just 2-3 questions about, since this is a Telugu Genius program which is revived after a long time, I'm just asking a few questions related to Andhra Pradesh or Telangana. You know, we have one world famous festival celebrated that is known as Flamingo Festival. Flamingos are birds which are very beautiful to look at. This Flamingo Festival, where is it held? In which
Nellore district,
place?
Nelapattu. Nellore district, Nelapattu.
No, see, flamingos are birds which will be near some water place. So some lake or some river side somewhere. So can you tell me which lake or river is having these flamingo birds?
Nelapattu anukunta. Nelapattu Nellore district andi.
No, it's sorry. Anybody else?
Kolleru?
No, it's not Kolleru. No. Who said this?
Balakrishna.
Yes. What is the answer?
It should be Pulikat then. Pulikat.
Yes. Yes. Correct. That is the correct answer. Okay. Okay. Now another question. Everybody knows about Sriharikota. We have the space center there, Satish Dhawan Space Research Center. This Sriharikota, where is it located? In which district?
Nellore district, Anna.
Yes. Huh? Yes.
Nellore.
Please repeat.
Nellore district, madam.
Yes. Correct answer, sir. Correct answer. Very good. Very good.
Thank you.
Okay. Now one more question. Since next week we'll be having the 15th August celebrations, one person from Andhra Pradesh is credited with designing the national flag, Indian national flag. Can anybody tell his name?
Pingal Venkaya.
Very good answer. Even before the question could be over, the answer came bad. That's wonderful. Very good. Okay. Murli Krishna ji, now please take over and let us have the next speaker.
Okay, thank you so much, Mallika ji, for answering for this session. So now I will introduce the next speaker is our Shri Jagan Mohan ji. Shri Jagan Mohan ji completed his BCom from Osmania University. After his graduation, he became an RSS Pracharak. He's working RSS Pracharak since 1995. The remaining people who are not talking, he worked in Anantapur, Bhagyanagar, and he also worked as a Telangana Pranta Sharirik Pramukh. So since 2015, he is working in Myanmar to promote RSS and Hindu ideology Okay, he is a Sahapracharak in Myanmar. Okay, so Jaganji, I'm over to you.
Thank you, Murli Krishna ji, and good evening to all. I'm very happy to be with you in this session. And just now, I heard Anasuya ji, very wonderful speech or her presentation. Very inspired. So today I'm going to tell about the impact of Telugu Samaj, but I will dare to do something. Not only Telugu Samaj, I will tell about the impact of India or Bharat. I will touch Telugu Samaj also. I will touch. So in this, but I didn't make presentation, but I will generally I'll speech. And in English also, I'll sometimes I'll move to Telugu and English like that. So I apologize for being in a one language. So I think all could understand English and a little bit Telugu I'll touch. Okay. So in Myanmar, actually when my job assigned here in 2015, I was looking in a world map where it is Myanmar, Burma. Actually, I don't know that time in 2015. And then I was shocked just beside adjacent country. If India looks east, the first country will be Myanmar. So then I thought why I couldn't know Myanmar before that. So why I searched like that. So but unfortunately in our education system, we all are concerned with the West, not with the East. That's why myself also don't know anything that time about Myanmar. And I came here and working here for the Sangha activity. So now when I am working here, so I became to know a lot of things. Myanmar is well connected and well rich of culture and well connected with the ancient India, not from the now, very ancient. Very ancient, it means, I can say, the Myanmar is not a separate country. It is associated with our culture only. They might not say Hindu, but our Sanatana Dharma, they accept Sanatana Dharma. They say themselves Sanatana Dharma. So a Buddhist country and just adjacent and eastern country and with rich culture. And here we find the river names like Airavati. The river Airavati is Airavati of the name of a elephant of Lord Indra. Like that. So many places we know here, like Maithila is Mithila, and so many lanes and so many places. They will say related to Ramayana, Janaka and Jivaka, like Dasharatha line, Janaka line. Like that we can find, we can see here so many places like our Hindu names. And when a person becomes monk, they took the saffron or Buddha, he became a Buddha Bhikshu or Bhikkhuni in the Buddha tradition. They leaves their own Myanmarese Burmese names and they took Pali, means Hindu name only, in a Pali accent. They take Sanatana name and they all accept Jambudvipa concept. So Myanmar is so much concerned with our culture and our Hindu, our India or Bharat. Just we are going ahead to celebrate 75th years of independence. So in just a few 1 or 2 years, we are going to celebrate 75th years. So I should touch this subject also, because the independence movement of India is related, is much related with Myanmar. So Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Subhash Chandra Bose, like great revolutionary, great independence movement leaders, they have captured here, then kept in jail here, Tilak for 6 years and Subhash Chandra Bose for 2 years. And after that, in 1943, Azad Hind Fauj when founded in Singapore, and Subhash Chandra Bose from Japan to Singapore, and Singapore to here he came, and already Andaman and Nicobar after conquering. So he lived in Myanmar or in Burma for the some 1.5 years. So like that, this place is well known for our great freedom fighting, and Subhash Chandra Bose fought from Burma, and he reached Manipur, and up to Imphal he reached. After that, what happened is the independence story that we can learn in some other texts. And like our Gandhiji and Sarvepalli Radhakrishnanji are visited in those times, in independence movement times. And like Tanguturi Prakasham Pantulu, we know our Telugu is a Simha. So he also visited Myanmar to collect the funds to fight the freedom and to for freedom movement. He came here, and they are collected funds from here. They are getting funds. So like that, for independence movement also, Myanmar is connected with Bharat. So the connections not from now, ancient means it goes to around 5,000 years. It means when 5,000 years, we'll say Kali Yuga started 5,123 years before. So, and in that time, Lord Krishna was there. The connections we have from that period. So as we know, we celebrate Deepavali, and as a Telugu people, we celebrate Naraka Chaturdashi is as a Deepavali. So Naraka Chaturdashi means Krishna invaded here and he killed Narakasura, who was the demon Asura, ruled here near Assam, Agartala place. So after conquering that place, Krishna and Balarama are visited all Jambudvipa, and they conquered the Jambudvipa. And one story tells here in Myanmar, in Yakai Chronicles, that Lord Krishna came here and he started a kingdom of Vaisali. Here people say Vetali, the Apabramsha of Vaisali. So Vaisali kingdom was started by 5 before by, and after the Krishna, so his one sister came here, Anjana, and he married a Brahmin priest, and the Brahmin priest was the king, and Anjana was the queen. They ruled, and their descendants, their children ruled this place. So the ancient 5,000 years, a great history they have. The lineage, the kings, children's, their names, all the evidences they have here, and all are in palm leaves. And now they are trying, or maybe somebody can try to let them get it in on books. So many palm leaves are there, but now they are trying to get it and convert into books. So like that, old connections, 5,000 years connections we have here, and 3,000 years before, one Raja from, now it is Uttar Pradesh, one Raja came from there, Abhi Raja, and ruled here this country. Actually, this country was started, the kingship was started with him, Raja Abhi. So his lineage was ruled for thousands and thousands of years after that. Like that, the ancient, the culture and everything was Indianized. So we can get that rich and that great taste of Indianized things. And in culture and in traditions, we can get. So many places was ruled by our kings. one kingdom was Shri Kshetra. The kingdom name itself is Shri Kshetra. And now so many apabhramsha will happen. They will say Terikitiya means it is a Shri Kshetra, like that. And Vishnupur is there, is a country named Vishnupur. And Kalashapuram is there. Mandala is now Mandale. Tilak was the jail in the place is Mandale was a Mandala. So like that, the places and the kingdoms, the names are the Hindu names that time. One very old temple, we can find it here. 1000 years old, great Trimurti temple, Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara are the deities. The temple is in center of the Myanmar. It is in Baga. It was once it was a capital of the Greater Myanmar. So this all happened in the ancient time. And what is the connection of the recent? What are the connection of the Telugu people? Now I will touch a little bit our connections. Our Telugu people came. We know in our south the Pallava dynasty. When Pallava dynasty, the rulership is conquered by extreme southern part from the Pallavas dynasties was lost. That people migrated from Krishna Godavari belt to the Thaton area from here, southern part of the Myanmar. So now also they say one community is there, is a Telai. Telai means these people are migrated from Telangana, like they tell Telai. But what happened in these so many decades, not the decades, centuries, what happened, everything, the knowledge is lost. After they came here, after the migration, great migration happened, they merged, they mingled with the Mongolians people, and they becomes a Mon, a different community. And but they taught here the language, means that time the Prakrit was there. So the Prakrit language, and from that language they took the alphabets, and here we find the alphabets are taken from the Prakrit of Telugu. And now in Myanmar, we are what the alphabets are teaching is alphabets are taken from the Prakrit, means from these persons who migrated here, and they made a script from the Prakrit. So that is the impact of that migration. And the kingship, and around 51 kings are ruled Telugu peoples here. And after the great migration, 450, 500 years they ruled here. So all the kings are Telugu kings. And the last king was a Manuha, just 1,000 years before, exactly almost 1,000 years before. And they lost the kingdom after fighting with the Bagan kings, Anuratha. And Manuha captured and taken to the Baga area, and there he built the this Trimurti Brahma Vishnu Maheshwara temple. Now we can see there is a big temple built by Manuha. And one another story, one Chama Devi story, we can hear different stories are there, but one story is she is a migrant of our people, and after migration happened, and this Chama Devi went from the Mon to now it is in Thailand, one place, Chiang Mai, Lampung area. So there she ruled that country, and there the people now also the people had temples for her, and they do prayers like Buddha. She was yani people will do puja to Chama Devi as a devata. So like that, one story is there. And in Myanmar, we have a calendar, and I am surprised here. Myanmar, actually, Myanmar country all follows exactly Hindu calendar, and the Ashtami and the Paurnima, Amavasya are the holidays in the majority in Myanmar. So sometimes some areas no Sunday holiday and not the other days. The Ashtami and the Paurnima, Amavasya was the holidays, and I was very happy with this because they are following our calendar Surya by Surya Siddhanta, and this all they learned from the Nagarjuna Vishwavidyalaya in ancient times, like Sri Kshetra. When the Sri Kshetra dynasty, yani Sri Kshetra kings are came to here our Nagarjuna Konda, they come, their children will come here and they learn the Sanskrit or all these things, and after coming here they accepted our calendar also, and Shalivahana era is the Shaka era, they follow this calendar. Now after that some changes made, but now it is 1300 year is running, 1300 something years running, but this is also is taken from Shalivahana only. So the calendar is in Myanmar is taken by our yeah, they are accept our calendar system also. In present days, there are around 50,000 Telugu population here. Actually, they migrated from Vishaka, Anakapalli, and most of them from Rajamandri. And in recent years, after Britishers came, before Britishers, they are a little bit in number, living in Taungu dynasty. And after Britishers came, they came towards the southern part of the Myanmar. So now we can find our Telugu people, most of them are in Yangon and little bit in Bago and Mon State and Tanindari. Like that, this is the southern part of the Myanmar. So we can find all of them here. So because in 1872, after the Britishers came, what happened, one ship was, they started from the Visakhapatnam to Rangoon. Then most of our people from Vishaka, Anakapalli, Rajamandri, Srikakulam, that area, they came here to do some jobs like that time was the Kuli, Mutha Mestri, like that they do job here. And we also know some films like Rangoon Rowdy, like in movies, they do job like that. They came here to do small jobs in shipyards and in markets like that. After that, the population was grown, and the street names, like some areas, we find here Mallepula Veedi, Teluguvari Veedi, like that some areas, they named like Telugu names, the street names are. But nowadays, they're all, people are ignoring, and new generation coming, and the old generation, these all names are changed. That's why now slowly that the old names was going out. So this is the Telugu people here. We find here Bhulokamma, all the village deities they pray. Bhulokamma, Nukalamma, like that all village deities they pray here, and Rama, Krishna, and all the deities and Shiva, Durga, so they also pray there, them also. But we find here many temples with the name of Nukalamma, like Paiditalli, like that we can find it here. So, okay, this is my subject today. I think I have covered a little bit. I have touched. I have given some time, 20 minutes, so I have touched something. If you want to know anything more, I can definitely elaborate the things. And for this all information, might get this information in the Hindu Buddhist Impact on Myanmar Culture is one book. is a PhD subject of a scholar. And one another book, a Yakai Chronicle. It is a big book. Just I have taken some points from this book. And a modern history of Myanmar, 1752 to 1948 is another book. We can have these books, or we can take some text from this to elaborate our subjects. Okay, this is my subject today. Thank you, all of you, for patiently listening me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jagan Mohan ji, for your information regarding impact on the Telugu people on Myanmar. Okay, thank you so much for joining us today and giving your reference. Okay, now now I request Shri Sundar Krishnan ji to moderate the question and answer session. For today's topics. Okay. So people who are joining us today, if you have any questions, you can, jot down the questions in the in our chat box, or else you can talk. You can unmute yourself. You can talk. So the speakers who are joined today, so they will answer your questions. Okay. So over to you, Sundar Krishnan ji. So you can.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Murali Krishna ji. And
Sundar ji, you can introduce yourself, before taking. Sorry, I was not able.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are audible, Sundar.
Yeah. Murali Krishna ji, thank you very much. It was a wonderful session. The Telugu Genius, I am first time attending the Telugu Genius. Thank you, Mallika ji, for giving me this opportunity. Anusuya ji, Gautam Garu's presentation was very nice on Tyagaraja. There were so many new information also I got. The one is about the Sangati. The Sangati is now it has become the lifeline of the music artist. Who were singing, they are mainly focusing on Sangati, because Sangati gives them the very attraction towards the getting more audiences. So that I can see in the Chennai Music Festival nowadays. And another one, that Nachik Nauka Charitram. I heard about that. I didn't gone through that. When I heard about it, I thought since Tyagaraja was an ardent devotee of Ram, Bhagavan Ram, it might be about the Guga Padalam. When Gugan helped Rama to cross the river, but today I came to know that it is about the Krishna and Gopis. Thank you very much. Jagan Mohan ji, Bandi Garu, very nice information about the Myanmar, because I do have some relatives who came back from Myanmar during the partition time. I heard about so many stories about it, but you have compiled all the old one till today is a very nice one. Thank you very much. So I request, there is no question appearing on the chat box. I now request everybody, if there is any question, you can write it right away.
I'm Mallika. I have one question for Jagan Mohan ji. Sir, how are the temples there in Myanmar now? Those temples which are of ancient origin, are they still being maintained, or people go there to worship? Indian temples.
Yes. We have Indian temples. Around 1,000+ Indian temples we have now here. So many temples here we have. People are yes.
Are they in good condition? People are going to there to worship. Pujas are being conducted.
Yes. Pujas are coming. Yes, everything is going. People are coming, and most the Burmese native peoples will also come to pray our God. They also come. Most of the temples, but not the ancient. Very old temple was 1,000 years before. One temple is there, and the next I found 300 years temple. One temple is there, and all are recent 150. Some temples are 200, 150, 100 years temples we have here.
Thank you very much. Others are also welcome to ask the questions to both Anusuya ji and to Jagan Mohan ji.
I will add something. If you don't have questions, then you can add something to our subjects also. Uh, that is also
No,
good.
there are some who want to ask
Yeah,
questions.
that was.
Okay,
There are
okay.
some. Yes.
Yeah, Murali Subramanian.
Yeah, I'm Murali Subramanian.
Yeah.
Do we know how many Telugu speaking people are there in Myanmar now?
Yeah, around 50,000.
50,000.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good number.
that's good.
They're all they're all been staying. They migrated to this place recently, or they are all there for a long time.
It means since 3-4 generations they are here.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Jagannath ji, one more question related to what Murli ji asked. Now, if there are so many Telugu population and maybe there will maybe other Tamil population, Odia population,
Yes,
but
yes,
Kolkata
yes,
is also near to this thing.
yes,
Do we
yes.
have Indian schools teaching Indian languages there for the children?
Exactly. Not now. Not now. Before 1960s, we have Telugu schools, Gujarati schools, and Tamil schools here. But after 60, what happened in 64? Country was nationalized. So everything was nationalized. The schools are nationalized, and can't teach our language in schools like that happened. So now we don't have our schools. We are teaching privately our language, and all the students compulsory should go to the government schools, and they teach in Myanmar language only. Now in recent, just 5 years before, the government opened for the private institutions, but they cannot recognize the private schools. They should take some, they should recognize, they are taking some recognition from the Oxford, another countries like European or American, their international schools are coming here, but here government will not recognize their subject, their certificate. People are, now some people are going to learn there, but we don't have language schools to teach.
But don't the government schools have like one additional language, optional language choice for the students? Only one language.
There is no choice to take another language, only Myanmar language. In Myanmar, so different language are there, ethnic people are there. They also should learn in Burmese only.
Okay. And how is the Lipi that do they use the Devanagari Lipi or Telugu Lipi for Myanmar language, Burmese
Exactly,
language?
ma'am.
Or it's
Yeah,
different
Myanmar,
altogether?
yes, it is different. The Lipi's sound is they are taken from us, but they made their writing system.
Okay, okay, okay. I have one question for Anusuya ji.
Yes, Malika.
Anusuya ji.
Yes, Malika ji.
See, you were telling a lot of this thing information about Tyagaraya. In Andhra Pradesh, or even the area where you come from, Visakhapatnam, how much is he recognized and how much is he popular in that place? Tiruvayyaru, yes, they have their own functions, they have their ceremonies and all.
Yes,
What
he
is
is
the
very well
situation in
recognized.
Telangana today?
Yes, Malika ji, he is now recognized because a lot of sabhas are being formed, mini sabhas, you know. Even in Mumbai, we have a lot of sabhas where we do Tyagaraja Aradhana. So initially, the tradition started in Tiruvayuru, where musicians gather and sing Pancharatnas. But slowly, what happened now, it becomes difficult for everybody to go to Tiruvayuru and sing. Only the top musicians, you know, manage to go, or people living close to Tiruvayuru, like Chennai, they go and participate. But it is happening everywhere, even in Vizag, Hyderabad, everywhere. It is most of the major cities, the Aradhana is being celebrated. Either it happens on that day or it follows, you know, the following weekends. The main event happens in Tiruvayuru on the Pushya Bahula Panchami, the Punya Tithi of him. Then otherwise it happens followed generally in weekends, you know, in some sabhas they conduct. Yeah, that's how it is.
Good. It's
But irrespective of this
happy to
celebration
hear
of
that.
Murali Krishna.
No, Murali here.
Murali Krishna.
Subramanian. No,
Murali Krishna,
I have
I think Deven. Okay, Subramanian.
ఓకే పీపుల్ సార్ అందరు తెలుగులో కూడా మాట్లాడొచ్చు. మన ఇద్దరు స్పీకర్లకి కూడా తెలుగు స్పష్టంగా వస్తుంది.
తెలుగు వాళ్ళమే.
ఓకే
తెలుగు వాళ్ళమే.
సో మీరు తెలుగులో ఏమైనా అడగండి.
Irrespective of whether this Tyagaraja Aradhana is performed or not, I think there are so many people who are practicing Tyagaraja Kirtanas in Andhra and Telangana. So it is very popular. Correct?
Yes, it become very popular now because the Divyanama Sankirtana and all, they are sung in groups.
Yeah.
So initial years, yes.
Do you have concerts in Andhra and Telangana regularly?
Yes, very much.
Carnatic music. Yeah.
Yes, very much.
Not only.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, not only Carnatic music, even in bhajans also, it is mainly so many kirtis of Tyagaraja is sing in all the whether it is Sita Kalyanam or Bhatmavati Kalyanam or Radha Kalyanam, whatever it is. And it is high note of Tyagaraja's kirtis are sung, especially in Divinama Sankirtanam. So most of the Tyagaraja kirtis are being sung and enjoyed by all the devotees. Yeah. I do have one question for Jagan Mohan Garu. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, am I audible?
Okay, you're audible.
So many people, during partition, so many Indians came back, leaving their properties over there. So, is there any properties are still maintained, or everything is taken by the Burmese government or their Burma majority people?
It's a good question. So many our people, Indians, migrated. They came back to.
Yeah. I think.
And there seems to be some
audible.
audio problem.
Yeah, there's some audio problem. It's not audible.
Network issue.
Are there temple lands are there, but one more thing I have to add. I
Sir,
want to
can you Jamonji, we are not audible. Can you close down your video and again come back?
Oh, definitely, sure.
Yeah, we couldn't able to hear your answer.
Okay. After my giving this answer, Murali Krishna ji, please introduce Devendra ji is with us. Devendra ji is Pran Pracharak of Telangana is with us. I am seeing his picture. So please you introduce him. Then I will give my answer. Please.
Okay. So namaskar. So we have Devendra ji. మనకి అందరికి తెలుగులో ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేస్తాను. సో దేవేందర్ జీ మనకి తెలంగాణ రాష్ట్రానికి ప్రాంత ప్రచారకగా బాధ్యత వహిస్తున్నారు. వారు హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉంటారు. ఇండియా హైదరాబాద్ లో ఉంటారు. సో ఈ రోజు వారు మనతో జాయిన్ అయ్యారు. స్వాగతం దేవేందర్ జీ, మీరు జాయిన్ అయినందుకు.
Thank you, Murali ji. ఇందాక అడిగిన ప్రశ్నకి ఇక్కడ చాలా మంది ఇక్కడ నుండి భారతదేశానికి తిరిగి వచ్చారు. ఆ సమయంలో గవర్నమెంట్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న దాన్ని ప్రజల యొక్క ఆస్తులను నేషనలైజ్ చేసింది. ఆ కారణంగా ఆస్తులన్నీ కోల్పోయారనమాట. ఇక్కడ నుండి బంగారము, ఒంటిపైన బంగారం కూడా తీసుకువచ్చేటటువంటి స్థితిలో లేనటువంటి రోజులు అవి. అందుకని ఉన్న అన్నింటినీ వదిలేసి వచ్చారు. సో వాళ్ళ ఆస్తులు ఏమయ్యాయంటే, వాళ్ళ ఆస్తులు ఇక్కడ ఎవరైతే ఉండిపోయారో వాళ్ళకి ఇవ్వటము లేదా వదిలివేయటము ఇటువంటివి జరిగినాయి. కానీ చాలా మట్టుకు గవర్నమెంట్ పొజిషన్ లోకి వెళ్ళిపోయింది. కొన్ని దేవాలయాలు ఉన్నాయి, దేవాలయాల యొక్క ఆస్తులు ఉన్నాయి. అయితే వాటికి ఒక ప్రయత్నం జరుగుతోంది. వాటన్నిటిని కొంత ప్రయత్నం చేసి మళ్ళీ తీసుకోవాలనే ప్రయత్నం జరుగుతుంది. అది ప్రాసెస్ లో ఉంది. కాకుంటే వ్యక్తిగతమైనటువంటి ఆస్తులు ప్రస్తుతానికి లేవు అని అనుకోవచ్చు.
మీకు ఏమైనా క్వశ్చన్స్ ఏమైనా ఉంటే మీరు మాతో అడగొచ్చు.
జగన్ జీ నమస్తే, ప్రవీణ్.
నమస్తే.
మారట్పల్లి నగర్. ఇప్పుడు రోహింగ్యాస్ ఉన్నారు కదండి, ఇప్పుడు వాళ్ళది ఎలా ఉంది ఇప్పుడు ఇష్యూస్ ఇక్కడ? ఏమైనా తగ్గిందా లేకపోతే వాళ్ళ ఇష్యూస్ ఏమైనా పెరిగినాయా? హిందూస్ మీద కావచ్చు, నాన్ హిందూస్ మీద కావచ్చు.
ప్రవీణ్ జీ, ఇంకొక సముద్రం, ఒక పెద్ద సబ్జెక్ట్ లోకి తీసుకెళ్తున్నారు మీరు నన్ను. ఎప్పుడన్నా ఆ సబ్జెక్ట్ పైన పెద్దగా మాట్లాడుకోవచ్చు. కాకుంటే రోహింగ్యా అన్నటువంటిది ఒక జాతి అన్నది కాదు. మైగ్రేటెడ్ ముస్లిమ్స్, బంగ్లాదేశ్ చిట్టగాంగ్ నుండి వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు, అంత బంగాలీసే. అందులో ఉన్న వాళ్ళు మనకి హిందూ ఉన్నారు, ముస్లిం గా మారినటువంటి బంగాలీస్ ఉన్నారు. చిట్టగాంగ్ ఏరియా నుండి మైగ్రేట్ అయినటువంటి వాళ్ళు. సో సమస్య అన్నది అది రాజకీయమైనటువంటి సమస్య. సో అది అంతమవుతుందా అంటే ఆ సమస్యలో కొన్ని దేశాలు ఇరుక్కున్నాయి, ఆ సమస్యలో ఉన్నాయి. కాబట్టి అంత తొందరగా అంతం కాదు. అందులో చైనా పార్ట్ ఉంటుంది, అందులో బర్మా ఉంటుంది, బర్మా మిలిటరీ సపరేట్ గా ఉంటుంది, బర్మా బుద్ధిస్ట్ సపరేట్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఇందులో చాలా ఈక్వేషన్స్ ఉన్నాయన్నమాట. వీటన్నింటిలో ఆ ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ కావడానికి టైం పడుతుంది.
Hemant Garu, one more question. The Subhash Chandra Bose INA was head office was at Rangoon. Is there any memorial or something left over there? Jagan Mohan ji? Hello? Hello?
I think question answer sessions are over. I mean, anybody wants to ask any more question?
No more question coming up. So Murali Krishnan ji, you can take over.
Yes.
Thank you, Subramanian ji. So Sundar Krishnan ji, sorry, for taking this session. Thank you so much. Devendra ji.
Namaste.
Namaste, Devendra ji. Would you like to ask? So మీరు ఏమైనా అడగాలనుకుంటున్నారా? క్వశ్చన్ ఏదైనా?
ఏం లేదు. నాకు లింక్ వస్తే ఒకసారి జగన్ జీ మాటలు విందామని, జగన్ జీ చూద్దామని వచ్చా, అంతే.
ధన్యవాదాలు.
జగన్ జీ మాట్లాడడానికి వాట్సాప్ కూడా పనిచేస్తలేదు కదా అక్కడ, చాటింగ్ మాత్రమే నడుస్తున్నదని. టైం దొరికి ఇప్పుడే జస్ట్ అప్పటి వరకు వేరే సమావేశం ఉండా, జస్ట్ 7:55కు క్లియర్ ఖాళీ అయితే వెంటనే లింక్ ఇచ్చేసా. అందరికి రాత్రి శుభాకాంక్షలు, శుభాభినందనలు పాల్గొన్న వాళ్ళందరికీ.
ధన్యవాదాలు దేవేందర్ జీ. సో నేను నెక్స్ట్ సెషన్ లోకి వెళ్తున్నాను దేవేందర్ జీ.
ఓకే.
Now, may now request Shri Murali Subramanian ji to propose a vote of thanks for this session.
Thank you, Murali Krishna ji. Once Sri Krishna Devaraya said, "Desa Bhashalantu Telugu Lessa." That is, of all the languages in India, Telugu language is the most beautiful one. We also know that Subramanya Bharatiyar, a great Tamil poet, he sang one song, Sindhu Nadiyin Misai Nilavinile, Kerala Natyalam Penguladane, Sundara Telinginil Paattisaitu, தோணிகள் ஓட்டி விளையாடி வருவோம். That means he talked about Sundara Telugu, that means a beautiful Telugu language. So these two things talk about the beauty and the sweetness of Telugu language. Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshidhar and Shyama Sastri, as Anusuya Madam talked about, are called Trinity of Carnatic music. All three were born in Tiruvarur. Tyagaraja and Shyama Sastri are Telugu Brahmins, and 90% of their songs are in Telugu. We all may be knowing that August 29th is considered to be the Telugu language day in Andhra Pradesh in memory of Kidugu Ramamurthy Pandulu. His birthday is celebrated as Telugu Day. But in Telangana government celebrates September 9th as Telugu Day, considering Kaloji Narayan Rao's birthday. So now coming back to the vote of thanks, on behalf of Pride of Bharat and Telugu Genius, I would like to convey our profound thanks to today's speakers, Srimati Anusuya Gautam ji, who spoke about one of the trinities, Sri Tyagaraja, and Sri Jagan Mohan Bandi ji, who talked about the impact of Telugu people on Myanmar. Anusuya ji not only spoke very well, but also she sang a few lines of Tyagaraja Kritis beautifully. Jagan Mohan ji explained the connections of Telugu regime with Burma. Prayers lead to peace of mind. Prayers in a musical note gives happiness and satisfaction. Kumari Sahana Yuni, student from Amchi, Mumbai, rendered the prayer very nicely, and our appreciation and thanks are due to her. Valluvar says, Yanaitanum Nallavai Ketka, that means listen to all good sayings. Samyukta ji from Vizag filled our hearts with nice Subhashitam, and she deserves an applause and also our thanks. Sri Murali Krishna ji anchored today's program flawlessly by coordinating with all the persons who participated in today's session. We thank him for his leadership qualities and presentation. I must thank Mallika ji, who helped Sri Murali Krishna ji in planning and organizing today's program. Her helping tendency is always appreciated by everyone in Pride of Bharat, and I too join in thanking her from my heart. Our brother Sundara Krishna ji is a highly talented person. You ask for any help and he is there. Today he moderated the question and answer very tactfully in spite of his constraint of time. He was supposed to attend something else, and it is our duty to thank him for his involvement. Lastly, I would like to thank all of you who motivated the speakers and the organizers with your presence and active exchange of views. Thanks a lot for giving me a chance. Thank you very much. Over to you, Murali Krishna ji.
Yeah, thank you, Murali Subramanian ji, for giving us vote. So now, now we have come to the end of the program. We will end this program with Shanti Mantra. Okay. So, yeah, so I'll do the Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve
Santu Vinamayah.
Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Bhave. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much for joining us today, all of you. Okay. Next, we'll meet. Dhanyawad. Sir, we will meet in the next session, which is happening in September. I'll communicate all of you. Please join us for the next session. Okay. Thank you so much, Anusuya ji, all of you.
Thank you so much for all. నేను బాంబేలో అండి, మాది వైజాగ్.
జాగ్రత్త కూడా బాంబే, సారీ విశాఖపట్నం.
శేఖర్ గారు అంటే నాకు నేను లక్ష్మణమూర్తి గారు అమ్మాయిని, మీరు నన్ను గుర్తుపట్టారో లేదో.
ఉపద్రష్ట.
వావ్, ఉపద్రష్ట.
ఉపద్రష్ట.
వావ్.
నాకు గుర్తొచ్చింది ఏంటంటే, చిన్నప్పుడు మనందరం ఒకసారి శాఖ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లో రిహార్సల్స్ చేసినట్టు అదంతా గుర్తొచ్చింది. మీరా కాదా నాకు
అబ్బో,
పేరు
అబ్బో.
చూడండి గుర్తొచ్చింది.
నేను సంస్కార భారతి
where do you stay in Mumbai?
పవై.
Mumbai. Okay. Malika ji also stays there.
Yes, we both stay in the same complex.
Same complex. Oh, you know her already.
Yes.
Yes. Her daughter and my granddaughter are friends.
See.
Acha, Murali Krishna ji, for you one good news. I requested Anusuya ji to help in coordinating this program, and she will be helping you. You can take her support. She is ready to help.
Oh, thank you so much, Ansuya.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
She
Definitely try
has
my best.
quite a few relatives who are from scholarly family, some Sanskrit scholars and some other college professors and all. You can take her help in bringing them also into the platform.
Yeah, sure.
Anusuya ji, I also need your help in choral
Sure.
management, choral for management program. You know, some
Sure.
prayer song you and your daughter can sing.
Sure ji, Subramanian ji.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
I will take your number from Malika.
Sure ji, sure. Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thank you
Who is
one and
this,
all.
M. Jamil. Jamil ji, would like to have your introduction. Murali Krishna ji, इनका नहीं हुआ ना इंट्रोडक्शन?
कौन है जी?
जामिल
Jamil ji, introduction.
Yeah, Yesu Babu also.
Yesu Babu K also.
हाँ.
I don't know.
Aragan ji.
Good evening. Good evening to everyone. I'm very happy to be. Good evening to everyone. I'm very happy to be part of this beautiful program. I have been associated with RSS since 10 years. So presently, working as Mandal Agriculture Officer in Chagal, and I am residing in my native place in Kovur. Yes, Kovur Mandal, West Godavari.